What's up everyone, this is NyhlekDreams back with another video, and today I just wanted to have a discussion on some recent things going on within the Save the World community and kind of address some of my thoughts and views on the way that Epic decides to implement content into Save the World or Battle Royale. Recently we had the Horde Rush LTM make its way into the Battle Royale version of the game, and I know there's a lot of mixed views on the way that that was put in, and a lot of controversy revolving around the future of Save the World and what this means for later content releases on our side. And before I continue, I think it would be good to say my position on this and kind of help you all understand where I'm coming from when I view these situations. So when I first heard about it, I was really curious to see what it would bring and the challenge that it might have attached to it. But that was almost immediately followed by seeing the Save the World community be up in arms and disappointed or frustrated with Epic and kind of show anger and lash out that BR was getting somewhat of a PvE game mode, a raid-esque type content implemented into there before Save the World was actually seeing it themselves. Since there are a lot of people in the Save the World community that have been asking and looking to raid content and wanting to see more of a challenge enter the game, at first sight this kind of seemed like that was it, and it was being released into the game mode that was for PvP and not the PvE side. I saw a lot of this speculation get followed up by lashing out at Epic on social media platforms and just seeing a negative response in this regard to the way that they were putting this in Battle Royale instead of Save the World. And personally, I understand it. We have a lot of content creators and player base alike in the community that are very passionate about this game and they want to see the success of Save the World. I myself have been playing since launch and I've sunk a lot of hours into this game, and the progression that I have up until this point, I love the game and I want to see it flourish. I want to see great things come out of it as well. But this kind of leads into my position and my overall outlook on the way that Epic handles the game and the way that content is released. Since I've seen a lot of time pass by from the beginning and the things that have entered into it, we're coming up on year 2 and about to get our second birthday, I've developed my own standpoint and view on the way that things are implemented into the game, and I actually just see everything that has come so far as stepping stones to something greater. That's not to say that things don't seem slow at some times, and I've been at the same point that a lot of other players have been in, where we're left desiring more for this game and more content, wanting new and fresh things to be implemented so we can enjoy it even more. But over time I've gradually seen Epic take the steps to make this game into something better and to be a better quality of life for our enjoyment, two of the biggest things being the Recombobulator and our recent hero rework. And sure, there are a lot of opinions that have been out there floating around on how these things could have been better. A lot of things in the game could be made better, but from where I stand, I personally do believe that the Save the World development team is truly trying to make a better experience for us. And with that, I would like to tie my message in here that as a community, I believe that it would be more helpful if we were trying to be supportive and not really show as much negativity in the things that we may disagree with when Epic decides to put something in the game, whether it's for Save the World or for Battle Royale. That does not mean that you cannot be vocal and try to tell Epic what you want, but coming from a negative standpoint and showing anger towards them, I don't feel that that will help the situation, and it might end up discouraging the Save the World development team and thinking that maybe they just don't put enough effort in, or think that anything that they do isn't good enough for their community that they're working for. And I'm all the time hearing good things about the Save the World community from other content creators and how the community is so supportive and helpful, and even myself in my own comment section, I always see really positive, encouraging, uplifting comments that are just there to make you feel better about what you're doing. And I think that directing some of that back at Epic and trying to show them that we appreciate what they do, even though there are struggles and time periods where we're waiting for something to be put in the game that we want, I do believe that that will end up resulting in a better connection between the community and Epic as a whole. One thing that I have noticed in some of these time periods is that a lot of people can tend to jump to a conclusion and feel as though they already know how something is going to turn out without even having tried the content yet in the first place. I personally never had much interest in the time leading up to war games because I never really messed around in SSDs and just didn't feel as though it was my type of gameplay that I wanted to be seeing in the game. But one way that I combated having negative thoughts about this update that I may potentially have seen myself not enjoying as much is just trying to give it the chance that once it came out, it might show me something that I haven't played in the game before and I could have more enjoyment out of it by giving it a shot. Much like that, I had seen a lot of people jump to conclusions about Horde Rush when it hadn't even been released yet and didn't give a chance chance to see what it would be like once it was actually put out. And it turns out that a lot of people actually found it really underwhelming and didn't find it to be any sort of threat to save the world at all. And on that note, it kind of gives the opportunity to think outside the box. And I was strolling through the comments on Demon Joe France's video about the Horde Rush LTM, and I saw a lot of people thinking of this being a stepping stone to showing BR the Save the World side of the game, and that giving a chance for some people that had never experienced the PvE side of our game and all the fun that we have in the Save the World community, that it gave them the opportunity to peer onto our side of the game and maybe get a little interested. And I also found a couple of comments where people had even bought Save the World just based off of having played the Horde Rush mode. And I'd have to say that after playing it, I really enjoyed it, but it wasn't for any sort of challenge that was implemented into it, because to me, I didn't find it challenging at all. I come from a background of raiding in other games and having difficult content to go through and mechanics to actually have in boss fights and just different dungeons that I could go through in other games. And none of what was in Horde Rush actually put me back in any of the glory days of raiding. But what did spark a lot of enjoyment was a topic that Demon Joe France made in his video, and that is the ability to have cosmetics in this game. And I do 100% agree that that is something that we sorely need, and it would make the game a lot more interesting in being able to customize your character and just seeing how cool you can make your character with back blings and different outfits, just, you know, different skins that you could be running around with, and have other cool things like wraps and emotes where you can just run around having fun with your friends. I personally enjoyed getting to dance on the spot or interact with my teammates using other emotes and just kind of goofing off throughout the game mode. And so yeah, I do believe that these are great things that Save the World could benefit from and that they need to be able to have more enjoyment. But at the end of it all, if I had to put this video into one sentence, just be positive and uplifting and show encouragement to the people around you, because you never truly know whose day you're going to make when you're being supportive. But that's it for this video. Let me know what you all think in the comments, any thoughts or concerns that you have about this topic. I'm really excited to see what you all have to say, and I'm open to hear anything that you do have to say, because it opens my mind to be able to see different viewpoints on these types of circumstances, and I really do want to see any way that you all might be viewing this subject as well. And again, I truly can't thank you all enough for the support and the encouragement that you show to me in my comments, all the positivity and the ways that you're uplifting. It really drives me forward and helps me to continue making videos, and I think that would be well received if we were to show that back to Epic. But again, thank you all so much for what you do and all the efforts that make my day even better, and I'll see you in the next one.